Season 27 of The Voice is now airing blind auditions, but we already know who will be coaching after this. And Gwen Stefani is not going to come back. Since Stefan was a major player on the show, his absence this season is noticeable and causes fans to feel emotions. They have grown to love her unique style, charisma, and musical talent, which she brings to the table at the intersection of popular culture, reality TV, and personal growth. The path that Gwen Stefani has taken mirrors not just shifts in her career but also more profound changes in her life, the kind that impact her decisions in and out of the spotlight. If we want to know why Stefani isn't coming back to The Voice, we need to look at her varied career. She started out in the 90s with the ska punk band No Doubt. Stefani became famous for her unique voice, innovative style, and unwavering determination, which allowed her to carve out a place for herself in the music industry that went beyond. Another proof to Jenner's resiliency and flexibility is the way her career has progressed. Throughout her career, she has undergone several transformations, beginning with her time in the music industry and continuing with her forays into the fashion industry and television after her 7th season on The Voice. Authenticity resonated with viewers, creating an experience that was both competitive and sincere. Stefani brought a fresh perspective to the coaching panel, and audiences were drawn to her musical talent and the chemistry she developed with fellow coaches and contestants. However, during Stefani's career, her priorities and passions have changed, and her role has been re-evaluated in recent years. The dynamics of love, partnerships, and family have surely impacted Stefani's decision-making processes, but she has managed to juggle her professional obligations with personal pursuits. Her relationship with fellow musician Blake Shelton has taken center stage, marking a new and meaningful chapter in her life. The appeal of reality TV is undeniable, but it's important for people like Stefani to consider what really fulfills them outside of the spotlight. What's more, the music business is always evolving. Artists are always assessing their place in the world, the tales they desire to convey, and the ways they want to interact with their audiences. There is evidence that Stefani prioritizes her family. Although The Voice gave Stefani a platform for mentorship and guidance, it also demanded a lot of her time and energy. Stepping away from the competitive environment may have been influenced by her desire for creative control and her commitment to new artistic endeavors. Artists thrive on creative exploration and often need space to rejuvenate their spirits and reinvigorate their artistry. Her present objectives may not be compatible with the framework of the tournament. Embracing change, seeking out new experiences, experimenting with various forms of expression, and discovering unanticipated sources of inspiration is fundamental to the creative process. Stefani, a trailblazer in the field of cultural criticism, music, and fashion, may be longing for a chance to further explore her creative pursuits, such as new musical collaborations or design initiatives. By resigning from her famous television career, she may now have the freedom to pursue her artistic passions without being held back by a rigid broadcast schedule. The world of reality television is difficult, but the Allure manages to attract millions of viewers who are looking for genuine competition and compelling human tales. However, there is a downside to the demanding schedule. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the responsibilities of public persona maintenance and the pressures of public scrutiny. Considering the long-term effects of her appearance on The Voice on her life and career is a brave move by Stefani. Juggling personal and professional responsibilities is no easy task, and by removing herself from reality TV, she can craft her story according to her own standards, which is especially important in an industry where artists can frequently feel overwhelmed by outside demands. Dedicating personal space is not just a good idea, but a need for maintaining good mental health and a creative lifespan. While fans may long for Stefan's days on The Voice, it's important to remember that change doesn't always mean loss. Instead, it can mean growth, expansion, and the chance to explore new avenues. This is especially true for artists who must confront the inevitable changes that occur within their lives, particularly as they progress in their careers and personal lives. The one that Stefani hired. Inspiration for her paintings comes from a desire to develop maneuvering in an environment that requires adaptability might cause her to create fresh works that touch her deeply. Fans are crucial in molding an artist's path, and returning to a beloved project is usually met with enthusiasm and anticipation. However, the truth of individual choice deserves equal parts celebration and mourning. When fans express their support or disappointment vocally, it shows how connected they are to the artist. Fans internalize the relationship and often want to see their idol's journeys unfold live. However, artists can unknowingly feel additional pressure from these vocal reactions. Encouraging a discourse that supports her decisions, celebrates her autonomy as an artist and a person, and represents her priorities, the decision to walk away from The Voice reflects what she values most at this juncture in her life. Stefani's decision to go away from The Voice is influenced by her aspirations for future collaborations and chances. There is an abundance of opportunities in the business, ranging from guest appearances to music project partnerships. Being an artist renowned for her ability to transcend genres and reimagine borders, the opportunity to find her voice and delve into new partnerships might be a tempting possibility. She and her viewers may benefit more from exploring fresh relationships than from sticking to the pre-established format of a reality program. She may enhance her influence and bond with her fans at a time when genuineness is paramount by collaborating on strong music with other artists in live performances or studios. The decision to shun traditional duties or norms conveys a great deal. Stefani's emphasis on genuineness is in line with the current trend of artists making art out of genuine desire rather than financial pressure. Additionally, with more and more people talking about mental health and self-care, choosing to not adhere to a strict schedule represents a healthier way of thinking. Sincerity allows musicians to forge profound connections with their listeners. According to Stefani, it is clear that Stefani has had an indelible impact on the music industry and popular culture. Her ability to redefine norms and shape genres has arguably laid the groundwork for future generations of artists. As she begins this new chapter in her life, her departure from The Voice further solidifies her legacy as an artist who prioritizes personal integrity over external pressures. By choosing what feels right for her instead of succumbing to fame, she illustrates a passion for artistry and encourages a dialogue about what it means to lead with authenticity in an industry often driven by visibility and popularity. Growth and creative exploration above all else. Whether she goes back to reality TV or explores unexplored artistic ground, it's important to remember that a departure doesn't mean an end. Rather, it frequently means the opportunity for something bigger. An inspiring tale of perseverance is Gwen Stefani's flexibility while being true to oneself. Gwen Stefani's decision not to return to The Voice is multifaceted and reflects personal priorities. It offers an opportunity for self-discovery, artistic exploration, and the chance to continue making an indelible mark on the world of music and beyond. A need for genuine expression and the need to delve creatively. Ultimately, artists are just like any other people. They're on a journey, and like any other trip, it requires them to reflect, evolve, and explore. In her absence, as fans eagerly await Stefani's return to reality TV, tours, or new music, they would do well to recognize the significance of her journey through personal and professional changes and the important lesson it teaches, that it is possible to break free from conventional expectations while forging a life that resonates with one's true self. Embracing her passions and staying true to herself in a world that tends to put artists into boxes is what Gwen Stefani is all about. Her career is constantly evolving, so whatever she does next will undoubtedly reflect her essence. Although this investigation primarily centers on Gwen Stefani's departure from The Voice, it has the potential to go beyond that to cover topics such as the dynamics of mentorship, the emotional experiences of artists and fans alike during times of transition, and the power of discovering one's voice amidst the chaos. Stefani's journey, as she takes on new challenges, encourages audiences to reflect on the importance of honoring personal truths in the often chaotic world of fame and artistic pursuits. Each narrative thread enriches our understanding of the art of being human in the public eye.